All right, so we are going to attempt to work out this little practice here. It says right there, it says use the value of pi. So when you find the area of a circle, it's pi times the radius squared. Now I know that you're used to, for pi, we've been using 3.14, but your calculator actually has a button that does that. So you could just hit that button instead, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay? So let's do pi times the radius, in this case, right there, 2 squared. So pi times 2 squared is 12.56, or we could say 12.6. If you get a slightly different answer because you use 3.14, that's okay. Let's do the next one. Area equals pi times the radius, which is 4, squared. So we're going to do the same thing. Pi times 4 squared, 50.26, or we would say 50.3. Okay. Again, if you use 3.14 instead of the pi key, it might be a little bit different, but that's okay. All right, this one here, now notice it gives you the diameter instead of the radius, so we have to start by dividing that by 2. 15.2 divided by 2 is 7.6. So the radius, this half piece here, is 7.6. So that's what we're going to use. So 15.2, or I'm sorry, 7.6. So pi times 7.6 squared. Okay, so pi times 7.6 squared comes out to 181.45, so we would say 181.5, and again 3.14 will give you a slightly different answer. Okay, the area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base of the triangle times how tall the triangle is. In this case, we would have to treat this as the base, and this would be your height. So we're going to do 1/2 times the base times the height. 1/2 can be, you can type in 0.5 for that. If you multiply that together, you get 36.5. Base would be 9, height would be 5.7, so 1/2 times the base of 9 times the height of 5.7. We get 25.65, so if we round it off, 25.7. Okay, area of a rectangle is base times height. Okay, so the base, 8.4, because it'd be the same down here. 8.4 times 11.9. 8.4 times 11.9 is 99.9. Okay, so you guys always have a little bit of trouble doing this. 96. So if I round it right there, I'm cutting it off. That's what rounding means. Since this is a 6, the 9 rounds up to a 10. Means a 1 bumps over, makes that a 10. Means a 1 bumps over to that, makes that a 10. So your answer is 100.0. All right, base times height, 6 times 3.2, 19.2. Base times height. All right, a parallelogram is also base times height. Area equals base times height. Okay, the base is 12, so we're going to do 12. The height is 5. 12 times 5 is 60. All right, the base for this one would have to be this 3. The height is 2. So 3 times 2, 6. All right, a trapezoid area is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2. Just add the two bases together times the height. So we do 1/2 times 11.9 plus 3.5 times the height of 11.2. 11.9 plus 3.5 is 15.4, so we do 1/2 times 15.4 times 11.2. So 1/2 times 15.4 times 11.2 is 86.24, so it'll be 86.2. Same thing here, 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay, so 6 plus, that'd be 7.8. Okay, so 1/2 times 7.8 times 2.2, 8.58, which would be 8.6. Oop, too far. Base times height, 3.7 times 3.7. 13.69, which would be 13.7. All right, last one's here. So the formula for the area of a polygon like this is area equals 1/2 times the perimeter, right, which is the distance all the way around, times, this could be a little a. Now that little a stands for the apothem. The apothem goes from the center and is perpendicular to a side, so you can see it in this shape. So this one here, 1/2 times the perimeter. Now the perimeter would be all these sides added together, so 13.3, there's 8 sides. Okay, so the perimeter would be 106.4, and the apothem is given to me right there as 16. So 1/2 times 106.4 times 16 is 851.2. Okay, last question. 1/2 times perimeter times apothem. So 1/2 times the perimeter, 22.5. There's 3 sides. Be 67.5. And the apothem is 6.5. So 1/2 times 67.5 times 6.5 equals 219.4. 200, that's a 219, that's a 1. Alright, so I did that really fast. Hopefully I didn't make any math mistakes. If I did, I apologize. Hopefully somebody in the room caught me if I did make a mistake. If not, well, there you go.